My name is Enda O'Dowd and I'm a lecturer in the Product Design Department at the National College of Art and Design. So I have a passion for sustainability. My years in design have really kind of pushed me towards thinking that we need to design beyond the product into product service systems. We need to think the whole life cycle of the product and the product service system that goes beyond it. If you think of the natural world has a biological cycle. When we had the Industrial Revolution, I suppose, and when we started to develop products, we had the idea, I suppose, originally that we would just push things into landfill, we could put them in a hole in the ground and forget about them. But the reality is that it's not that simple. We realize now that we need a technosphere, that products live in a technical ecosystem. So natural products should live in a natural ecosystem, and technical products should live in a technosphere. And that's essentially for me is the circular economy.
Hi, I'm John. I'm a product designer at NCAD and I am in my final year. So my final project is about medical waste. With the increase in single-use items over the years, especially in the healthcare field, single-use has become more of a prevalent and a normal way of doing business. But unfortunately with that comes a lot of waste. And on average, it's about 11 kilograms per surgery, per operation. So a normal patient who's in theatre or in the hospital ward is about 6.5 for the day. If any product designer, especially with packaging in the medical field, decrease their packaged plastic by, say, 15%. 15% of 11 kilograms per patient will add up and that'll snowball. And it's all about collaboration and sharing knowledge and seeing how and where people can reduce packaging and through use or recycling or designing differently.
Hi, I'm Donal Hillian. I'm the Principal Investigator on the NCAD component of that Disruptive Technology Innovation Fund project called iView. And we're working with Timpani Medical, who are developing a endoscope for use in ENT procedures. It is being delivered in a circular economy format. Medical devices generate a huge amount of waste. The goal of this project is to try and address that moving forward so that there will be elements of the device that will be reusable or that it will be suitable for the circular economy. I think Irish industry has the potential to be leaders in this field. At the moment, particularly in the medical device area, there are a number of different regulations depending on which geographic jurisdiction that you intend to operate in. The challenge really, I suppose, is trying to understand and navigate that, then to use that business model essentially as a template for other devices, other products. One of the key things that we have found is that the early usage of life cycle analysis as a design tool is really important because it allows you to test different scenarios or different configurations of your device and your business model. That can help to shape and inform your design as you progress through the iterations to your final design, rather than analysing the design afterwards when all the decisions have been made.
If we're not taking 100% responsibility for products at their end of life, then products will leak into the environment. We're seeing plastics ending up in our oceans. We're seeing them ending up in places where they shouldn't be. That's, in my opinion, because we're not taking full responsibility for them throughout their life cycle and making sure that they end up being new products. If you think of the global supply chain, materials have to come from far distant places often to be made into products. When it comes to the end of life, the reverse happens. So we export that waste into other countries and we are exporting our problems to other countries often. We're not considering end of life properly when we're designing the products, and therefore we're not considering exactly what happens to them. The systems aren't there to prevent us exporting waste to places like Indonesia. A lot of the plastic waste from the Western world is actually ending up piled in fields and getting burned in developing countries. So the Polluter pays principle is the principle on which the Packaging Directive, the End-of-Life Vehicles Directive, the Waste Electronic Goods Directive are based. And that's a really, really good principle because it means that the polluter who creates the product needs to look after that product at the end of its life. Now, that is sometimes broken in that we are just paying a fee to get around that responsibility. Now, in my opinion, if the products came back to the manufacturer and the manufacturer then had to deal with those products, they would then redesign the products so that they would be much more useful. So they would be designing them for disassembly, designed for ease of recycling, all the things which should be incentivized in a circular economy. How do we recycle really complex polymers into new polymers? it's a very, very difficult thing to do if you want to try and do it locally rather than depending on a global system of waste collection and disposal. The idea that we can have 100% recyclate and have a true circular economy with plastics, it's not always going to be possible. And I think that's something that we have to admit from a design perspective. From a circular economy perspective, we really need to find new ways of dealing with polymers in particular, because some of the metals and ceramics and glass can possibly be 100% from recycled sources. Plastics certainly can't.